Hello, welcome back to R.A.I.N. This is part 3 of my video series covering the importance of nationality. And I will start off by reading a little bit from my book, Who Are You? Knowing Your Ancestors. Start off with page 35. And I would like to remind you that we had our own government here before any pale faces arrived here. Before Christopher Columbus discovered some of the islands in the Caribbean, the so-called Caribbean. Yeah, we had our own form of government here. But let me read from page 35. I had previously mentioned that North America is actually the heart of the Moroccan Empire, and I displayed proof from their congressional records with their use of terms like Moorish peoples and Mauritanian races. When I say their, I'm talking about the colonizers in their congressional records. Remember, we were here on this land for hundreds of thousands of years, so there were Moorish peoples and Mauritanian races everywhere throughout North America. Think about this following fact. The colonizers didn't know anything about a republican form of government until they studied the way we did things. When they left Europe, those countries, France, England, Spain, Portugal, Germany, etc., were still operating under a monarchy. The name of our government is Societas Republicae Americanos, and the capital is Shakamoxon, which the colonizers call Philadelphia. Yes, Philadelphia is our capital, but we called it Shakamoxon. All right. Societas Republicae Americanos, translated into English, that would be Republican Society of Morocco. All right. I have my proof right here. Let me read to you. Quote, the U.S. government and New York State could have acted and settled this case years ago when it was brought to their attention. There is now, however, a much bigger issue at stake, and that it is the destruction of the Moorish nation, which was known as Societas Republicae Americanos, which translates as the Al-Moroccan Republican Society. At the time of the founding of this country, America was called Al-Moroccan because it was part of the Moroccan Empire known as Amexem. It was transliterated into America by the colonists, and eventually a story was made up that America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, a navigator. End quote. And that comes from the Montauk Book of the Dead by Peter Moon, if you're interested. Alright. So, if you're looking for an identity and you want to take it back to the past, you could say that you're Al-Moroccans. In this present time, we do call ourselves Moorish Americans, but if you prefer the Al-Moroccan, that's your choice, and it's definitely your right as a Moor of the Moroccan Empire, the heartland of the Moroccan Empire. I like the term Al-Moroccan myself. Let's see. Oh, I would like to cover the fact that the United States of America is an illegal entity that's occupying the land, and so that if the entity itself is illegal, then everything that it does, and everyone that claims to be a citizen of that entity, they're also illegal. Illegal, illegitimate, de facto is basically the same, but everyone's illegal. So think about this: if you're claiming to be a U.S. citizen, you're an illegal on the land. I have my proof. I mean, I've said it in previous videos, but I will read it again. It is Congressional Records, 76 Congress, Session 3, House of Representatives, April 19th, 1940. In making this statement, Mr. Choate takes the position that Great Britain or England is our mother country, the same position that was taken by Cecil Rhodes over 50 years ago and by Andrew Carnegie in 1893, when he wrote a book entitled Triumphant Democracy. I want you to note particularly that this was in 1913, and that 1913 was the very year we changed our government from a republic to a semi-democracy, the year in which we destroyed constitutional government, international security, and paved the road for us to become a colony of the British Empire. It was also the same year in which we, by adopting the Federal Reserve Act, placed our treasury under the control and domination of the Bank of England and the international banking groups that are now financing the British-Israel movement in the United States. It was also the year preceding the World War, a war in which we became involved, as everyone knows, in 1917, but what everyone does not know is that we were committed to this war in 1910. And were to all intents and purposes in the war in 1914, when J.P. Morgan and Company began to finance the Triple Entente. This statement is borne out by Mr. J.P. Morgan's own testimony before the Senate committee investigating the munitions industry. All right? So that is a little bit of proof that the United States of America Corporation is an illegal entity operating on the land. And again, that's from Congressional Records, 76 Congress, Session 3, House of Representatives, April 19th, 1940. All right? And I would like to conclude this part 3, and I bid you peace.